Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome back to the book summary video of Perfect Questions and Perfect Answers. I have already covered 3 chapters of this book in our previous video. Hope you have seen it. Now, the next 3 chapters, means 4th, 5th and 6th, will be covered in this video. So let's begin. Chapter 4 is 3 modes of material nature. So there are 3 modes of material nature: mode of goodness, mode of passion and mode of ignorance. So, if one person is situated in mode of goodness, he knows how to, differentiate between good things and bad things. He knows what is God. He may not have perfect knowledge, but still he has some knowledge. Second, mode of passion. In this mode, when one person is situated in this mode, he tries to satisfy and gratify his senses through this material world. The third one is mode of ignorance. In this mode, one person doesn't know what is God, why he has created this world, why there are so many sufferings. A person situated in this mode is living his life like an animal. If you take an animal to the slaughterhouse, he will not question you. He doesn't know that he will be killed there after some time. He will go simply with you. Similarly, the person situated in this mode doesn't know why he is living his life. बस कटती जा रही है life. No, you should know how to live a life. Why you are here in this material world? You should have perfect knowledge of it. You should gain some intelligence if you are here in this material world. You should know the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. Then your life will be perfect. So the next point is, devotees are always situated at Shuddh Sattva platform. There is a verse in Bhagavad Gita chapter 14 verse 26. मां च योऽभ्य विचारेण भक्ति योगेन सेवते सा गुणान् समतीतेत्यान् ब्रह्म भूयाय कल्पते. Translation: one who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus come to the level of Brahman. So what does it mean? It means that devotees are neither situated in the mode of goodness, passion, nor ignorance. They are beyond these material modes of material nature. Devotees are transcendental to these qualities. So now we have come to the 5th chapter, becoming pure. So the first point in this chapter is, you are part and parcel of Krishna. You are part of God. So Srila Prabhupada has given example in this context is of a machine and a screw. A screw has its value until it is in the machine. If it has fallen from the machine, then it has no value. Similarly, if we are not knowing who is Krishna, who we are, who is God, what is Krishna conscious philosophy, then we have no value. So the next point is, do not try to convince others. First, try to convince yourself. So Srila Prabhupada has said this thing that do not try to convince others. First, try to convince yourself. So now, devotees, I would want your complete attention and focus on this point, because it is very much relevant and correct point for the devotees who are practicing Krishna consciousness and the devotees who are neophyte in this Krishna consciousness. We as a devotee try to ask questions. We ask questions from our senior devotees that, Prabhuji, Mataji, I am trying to convince my friends, relatives, colleagues, peers and all of that Krishna consciousness philosophy is perfect. Oh, so you are trying. Okay, it is a very good thing, but try to convince yourself first. Try to become a perfect devotee first, then try to preach. Preaching is important, preaching is good, but until you are not following all the principles, you are not following Siksha Guru's instructions, you are not following all these things, you are not doing services properly, then what is the importance of your preaching for now? You should try to become a perfect devotee first, then you should try to preach. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said that Bharata bhumite hoile manusya janma jar, Janma sarthak kari karo paropkar. First try to make your life perfect, then try to teach others. So the next point is how to become happy. We have seen so many lectures sessions, motivational videos. We have attended so many sessions of how to become happy always, but these sessions won't work for a long time. We become happy for the time being, but then the other time we came back to the normal state, just like dukhi dukhe jeevan mein bhai. So we cannot, this is not the permanent solution. So what is the permanent solution? Let me give you an example. Srila Prabhupada is saying, if an animal is living on a land and if we throw him into water, how will he feel? He will suffer there. He cannot live happy there. Okay. If he again came back to the land, then he will live happily. Similarly, we are part and parcel of Krishna. We belong to him. We cannot be happy living separated from him. We have to realize that we are his part and parcels. Then we will become happy. IIM Ahmedabad research has shown that Krishna's devotees are the happiest persons in the world. This is the research by IIM Ahmedabad. So if you want to become happy, if you want to become happy always, then practice Krishna conscious philosophy and try to please Krishna, and you will be pleased. Now the next point comes here is that what is service? So Srila Prabhupada has given example in this context that if a shopkeeper says that customer is his master, still he doesn't give product freely. He doesn't give product free to the customer. When customer pays the price, he gives the product. So first he is receiving, then he is giving the product. So it is a contract. It is not service. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said, "O Krishna, O my dear Lord, you do whatever you like to do. Still, you will be my worshipable Lord. I don't want anything returned from you." So this is the selfless service. The next point is how to become pure. Srila Prabhupada has said that if you are following 4 regulative principles strictly, and if you are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra seriously, attentively, then you are becoming pure gradually. So if you are associating with devotees, just like when we come in contact with fire, we will also burn. Similarly, if we are associating with devotees, we will become spiritualized. This devotees association will make us spiritualized and we will become pure. The last point is that difference between materialistic life and spiritual life. So let's understand this by an example. If a materialistic person is living in his house and a devotee is living in his house, so there is a difference between consciousness of both. What a materialistic person is thinking, this is my property, this is my house, I should enjoy it. And what a devotee is thinking, this property belongs to Krishna, this house belongs to Krishna, he has given me out of mercy, I should have utilized this house for the service of Krishna. So there is a vast difference between the consciousness of both. So if you are using anything for your pleasure, for gratifying your senses, then you are living a materialistic life. And if you are using anything and everything for the service of Krishna, then you are living a spiritual life. Now comes the 6th chapter, the perfect devotee. So the first point here is that voluntary austerity. If we accept a spiritual master and if we are carrying out his order, then we are doing austerity voluntarily. And if we are not following his instructions, so we have to follow, we have to do austerity some or the other way. If we are not doing it voluntarily, so we have to do involuntarily, because this material world has some rules, some terms and conditions, some laws of nature. So if we are not following the instructions of our Guru Master, still we have to perform austerity, which is forced by the material nature. So the next point is suffering. We are suffering here in this material world due to our previous lives, past deeds. We in our previous lives we have performed some good karmas or bad karmas, so we are receiving good results and bad results in this life, and this life will decide our future life. So we are coming here because we have given this life so that we can rectify all the karmas by practicing Krishna consciousness. So please follow Krishna consciousness. The next point is that who is a perfect devotee. So a perfect devotee is the one who engages his 24 hours a day in Krishna consciousness. By following the Krishna conscious philosophy, by engaging his own consciousness in real consciousness, he is a perfect devotee. He attains the position of samsiddhi, complete perfection. The next point is that we should try to follow our spiritual master instructions very strictly and perfectly. Because if we are not following his instructions perfectly, our spiritual master will suffer for that. Spiritual master suffers because of the sin of the disciple. So try to become a perfect disciple, try to become a perfect devotee, and try to follow all the instructions given by our spiritual master seriously and strictly. A disciple should stay cautious always. He should realize that his spiritual master saved him, and he should not put him again into such sufferings. Now the next point is that as a devotee, you should not think like that, now I have become a devotee, now no more suffering will come to me. No, this material world is full of sufferings. Lord Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita that dukhalayam ashashvatam. This material world is full of suffering. So I would like to bring your full attention here that because we are a devotee, we should not think like that no more sufferings will come to me. There will be sufferings, there will be problems in life, but you should always stay cautious. For example, if you are falling sick, so you should use boiled water, you should consume healthy food, you should have medicines. You shouldn't think like that I am a devotee, I will be automatically recovered. No, पैर पर कुल्हाड़ी नहीं मारना है हमें. So be cautious always. So the last point here is that prasad. Prasad means prasad, Prabhu ke sakshat darshan. If we are receiving any situation, if we are putting in any situation by Krishna in this material world, whether it is good or whether it is bad, we should accept it because it is Krishna's plan. As a perfect devotee, we shouldn't discriminate between Krishna's plan. Okay, we should accept it whether it is good or bad as a mercy received from Krishna. And whether it is food or whether it is any situation, we should accept it as a mercy of Krishna. It is prasad. And I would like to quote a statement of Srila Prabhupada here, that if Krishna provides you, then Hari Hari bol. If Krishna doesn't provide you, then Hari Hari bol. So yes, we have covered 3 chapters here in this video, and the next 3 would be covered in the next part, third part. So yes, here is a quick summary of what we have learned, and we will meet in the next video. Until then, Hare Krishna.